I about to get into this one joint. It said this guy gets arrested for looking into his own car or something like that. And you know how this go. I watch these with y'all, so we gonna react together. We gonna see what's going on. I have no clue, but let's get into it.
You got ID on you?
Why do you need my ID?
Because somebody saw you looking at cars, so I'm here just checking to see what's going on. You got ID on you?
Yeah, I do, but
Okay, yeah, I'm figuring that out right now. I'll take a look at your ID.
you don't need my ID unless I did something.
Okay.
Unless you're taking me in for something like
Turn around, put your hands behind your back right now. Now!
For what?
Turn around, put your hands behind your back now.
For what?
Already got a lawsuit. Oh, it say right there, $5 million lawsuit. See, and it's sad to say, I be wanting a situation like this. I be wanting a situation like this. If you could just be minding your business. Cops come up messing with you, and then next thing you know, you got $5 million and more. Because I done seen some cases where some guys got hundreds of millions from the city, and you just walk. That's an easy lottery ticket. Y'all out here picking these numbers and looking at these fortune cookies, getting these numbers and playing all this lottery and wasting all y'all money doing these scratches with that little penny that you found in your little cup holder. Man, just get disrespected by a cop that don't know the law, that only did field training for a couple months, is in his feelings because his wife cheating with the black dude from up the block, or cheating with the lieutenant or something. You know what I mean? Like, she messing with the neighbor. Like, and he just on the job tripping. Yeah, run into one of them. Get a couple million out your city. You know what I mean? That's like the easiest lottery ticket ever. And then you could also sue the cop civilly. See, right here, he got a lawsuit. He ain't do nothing wrong. Put your hands behind you. So you wonder, no, he's being detained for what? And I don't know if a lot of y'all know, but in America, you have a right to fight unlawful arrest. You see what I'm saying? So already he's doing what he needs to do. So right now, as soon as you say that, now you question him and whatnot. All right, cool. Now you comply. Lawsuit already. Now you can just chill. You can just sit back and just wait for that money to roll in for real.
What?
32 seconds. That's how long it took this officer to go from, "How's it going, man?" to "Turn around, put your hands behind your back." This man just got off work. He's standing next to his own motorcycle in the parking lot of his own workplace. And now he's about to be assaulted multiple times by a cop because a stranger in a parking lot thought he looked suspicious. I'm going to break down exactly what happened.
He looked
here.
black.
Now I'm going to show the exact moment on this body camera where this police officer lies to another cop about what happened and didn't realize that it was being recorded. And in the end, I'm going to give you the verdict. Is what these cops did lawful, or was it awful?
How's it going, man? Officer Lawrence, Clarkson Police Department. Put your phone down for a second. What you got in your pocket there? Is that just something hanging off your backpack? What is that, a hanger? What are you doing with that? Is this your bike? It's your bike? You got ID on you?
Now let me stop this for a second because I want you to listen to the first two words out of this officer's mouth. He doesn't say, "We got a report about possible theft and I'm here to check on it." He didn't say, "Do you work here?" Or, "Is this your vehicle over here?" Instead, he's already asking about objects in Mark Domino's pockets. He's asking about whether it's his backpack. In fact, he's interrogating him before he's even mentioned why he's there. Now here's the context. A woman in the parking lot...
I'm gonna push it back right quick. But this is another thing. Y'all be forgetting that y'all got the right to remain silent. Just shut up. You know what I mean? Like, you don't have to answer none of these questions. You don't have to do none of these people's jobs. Like, it's their job. You have the right to remain silent. They can ask you whatever. You know what I mean? Are you black? Do you have eyes? Do you have fingernails? Just you don't have to say nothing. Just shut up. You know what I mean? Like, we can sit here all day. You on the clock. You see what I'm saying? Like, you on the clock. You got to go do something. The whole time you here with me, Susan over there getting stabbed up by her ex-boyfriend. Man, relax. Cops be tripping.
The name of Jody Brunel called 911 saying she saw a man... Now here's the context. A woman in the parking lot by the name of Jody Brunel called 911 saying she saw a man get in the door, 3 different doors of the same car, and then walk away. That's it. That's the extent of the report. She didn't even say whether she saw him steal anything. In fact, these are her exact words. She said, and I quote, "I couldn't see if he took anything." What actually happened? Mark Domino is 52 years old, and he and his wife both work at Walmart. She drove their car, and he drove his motorcycle to their place of employment. They parked on opposite ends of the parking lot. After his shift, he walked to her car to grab something before deciding to ride his motorcycle home. That's it. A man went to his own car in his own workplace parking lot. Now watch what happens.
Yeah, I'm figuring that out right now. I'll take a look at your ID, though.
You don't need my ID unless I did something.
Okay.
Unless you're taking me in for something like that.
Turn around, put your hands behind your back right now. Now!
For what?
Turn around, put your hands behind your back now!
For what?
Before we get started,
One way, pick it up.
please review the
You're gonna... You're gonna obey me, or you're
Why
gonna go
do I
on
need
the
to
ground.
obey you?
You gonna
Because
obey
I'm giving
me,
you a
or you
lawful
gonna
order.
go to
For
the
what?
Turn
ground?
around and put
Did
your
I
hands
do
behind your
anything?
back.
Did I
You
do
gotta sue
anything?
him
Yes.
civilly.
Turn around and put your hands
What did I
behind
do?
your back.
Officers
What
like
did I
this,
do?
they don't
You
need to
want
be
to
on the
get
job.
Do you want to get tased?
It went to a taser. Officers like this really do not need to be on the job at all.
An officer just threatened a man to tase him before he's even told him what he's done. A man who wasn't being aggressive, and a man who didn't make any threatening movements. In fact, Mr. Domino simply asked one simple question. He asked, "What did I do?" And the officer's response is a threat of force. Now think about how you would react in this situation. You're just there, off of work, about to drive away, and a cop shows up being aggressive like this. But let's start by being clear here, because under Supreme Court law of Terry versus Ohio, a police officer can temporarily detain someone if they have reasonable suspicion that criminal activity is afoot. And based on a 911 call from a named source here, it is arguable that the officer, Officer Lures, had reasonable suspicion to at least briefly detain Mr. Domino. But having the legal authority to detain someone does not give this officer the authority to then skip every piece of professional conduct training he's received about how to de-escalate a situation. Washington State requires officers to take
Exactly.
de-escalation training every single year. And the
This
California
dude needs to
Commission on
take it
Peace
every
Officer
week.
Standards and Training, one of the most comprehensive guides in the country, explicitly states that officers should, quote, seek first to understand before attempting to be understood. But Officer Lewis, he didn't seek to understand anything here. He didn't tell Mr.
We gonna
Domino
look
that there
him
was a
up
theft
too, y'all.
report. He didn't ask which vehicle was
We gonna
Mr.
see if he's
Domino's at
still on
all.
the
He
force.
didn't check the registration. He just went from 0 to obey me to on the ground in 32 seconds. But watch what happens next when Mr. Domino tries to find out what he's being accused of.
Do you know I work here?
Turn around and put your hands behind your back.
Do you know I work here? This is my bike.
Okay.
So what did I do for you to approach me and then tell me that put my hands behind my back?
Sir.
What are you arresting me for?
I'm not arresting you right now. You're not cooperating with
For
me,
what?
and you're getting
You asked me
agitated.
no, you asked me for my ID.
Right.
I don't have to give you my ID.
Okay.
You
Unless
know the
I've
law.
done something. What have I done?
Turn around and put your hands behind your back.
For what? Are you arresting me?
The
And
cop
what
is
are they
questioning
doing here?
himself right
For
now.
what?
Now listen to what Mark Domino's saying. He's not cursing, he's not threatening, and he's not reaching for anything. He's asking one question: what did I do? And that question, what did I do, is exactly what the
And the officer don't even have
manual says.
he don't even have an
officer is
answer
supposed
for
to
him.
The manual says to give the person a voice, explain the situation. If Officer Lewis had just said 3 sentences, "Sir, we got a call that someone was looking through cars on the lot. That's why I'm here. Can you tell me what you were doing here?"
This is I'm sorry I keep pausing that. I know y'all hate that. It was one dude that was like, man, just let the video play. Damn. Like, but seriously though, I have to get some context. Like, if you want me to react to it, I'm giving some context to what I'm saying. Another thing was I be seeing situations like this. You always hear it was a call. It was a call. We got a call. We got a call. When situations like this, when it's not what they thought, they need to go back and trace who made the call and then question them. It was like, or go back to them and say, yo, this wasn't that. Because if you don't, and you have someone just like you said, he went to his wife's car and then he went to his motorcycle. So now, if that's the case, the lady who made the call, the guy, whoever it was that made the call, they need to know, like, yo, this is what happened. This is what you called on. You see what I'm saying? It's like, we're not about to keep answering all of these calls where, I mean, you just saw someone go to a car and just leave. Like, that's not a crime. You see what I'm saying? Like, just because you saw a black guy go to one car and another car, that don't mean he's committing criminal activity. So, the same way in situations where the cops get called because they're suspicious and the cops come out and end up being a black guy dead. Whoever made that phone call and they come to find out the black guy had a brush in his hand, they thought it was a gun or a phone, and the cop just came out shooting. Whoever made that phone call, you said the hit. That was a hit. You called a hitman. That's what that was. And you ain't even pay. Well, you kind of did because you pay taxes. You paid for a hitman to come out and just handle what unneighborly guy was just doing in whatever neighborhood or shopping center or whatever, wherever y'all was at. And you just sent the hitman to kill somebody. Like, people that make these kind of calls and it's nothing, they still need to be held under the fire somehow. I don't know how, because granted, you see something, say something. I get it. But if it's nothing, you just wasted everybody's time. You wasted the taxpayers' money. Carol's over there getting beat up by drunk Darren with the flannel shirt and the mullet with the trucker hat. You see what I'm saying? But the whole time he out here messing with this black dude that's minding his business. Officers could have been handling something way different. Poppy just got shot in the store by a 13-year-old with a gun. but you over here messing with this dude that went to his wife's car and went to his car from work. Like, man, come on, man.
Sir, we got a call that someone was looking through cars on the lot. That's why I'm here. Can you tell me what you were doing here? If he had just said those 3 sentences, this entire encounter would be
Still
over
don't gotta
in 60
answer him.
seconds. Completely done. Instead, Mark Domino tells him he works there, that this is his bike, but the cop doesn't care. He doesn't follow up. He doesn't investigate. He just keeps repeating the same command. This is my pet peeve with cops. And this right here is an example of everything that's wrong with modern policing. Because cops show up immediately assuming someone is a problem. They escalate the situation, hoping that the innocent person will take the bait and get upset. Now watch, because now is when it turns physical.
Why are you detaining me?
You're not even listening.
What did I do for you to detain me?
Turn around, put your hands behind your back.
Was there a report that I stole something?
Yes, turn around.
You just said, hold up.
Stop, Dick. Stop.
I
Stop.
picked my phone up.
Stop.
Wait,
Stop.
why are you putting your hands on me?
Stop.
Why are you putting your hands?
Hey,
why are you
stop.
putting your hands?
Stop.
No.
Stop.
What?
You're gonna get
Why are you
tased.
putting
Stop.
your hands on me?
Stop.
Why are you putting your hands on me?
Stop. Stop resisting.
You are
Stop.
attacking me.
Stop resisting.
Calls me with vehicle prowling. You match the description.
Stop
Oh,
resisting.
black guy, vehicle prowling?
Okay,
Stop.
I know my rights.
Stop talking and stop fighting, or we will use force.
You're using force now.
Put your hands behind your back.
Why are you detaining me?
Match the description of a vehicle prowl suspect. At this time, you're being detained.
Detained for what?
What did he do?
What did I do?
Stop resisting. Stop resisting.
Get on your stomach.
Stop resisting. You're gonna get tased again.
Roll over. Vehicle prowl suspect. Is he? Yes.
Stop resisting. You're gonna go. Or you're gonna get tased
Get
again.
on your stomach.
I just got out of work.
I just got off work. That is literally what Mr. Domino is saying as the officer is assaulting him. A 52-year-old man on the parking lot in his own workplace being assaulted multiple times.
This is another thing that I be like thinking when I'm sitting here watching these videos. Like, for people who have something to say, like, you always have the people, just comply, just comply, just comply. Like, if you just let people do what they want to do with you, like, you soft. Like, you're soft. Like, you're weird. Like, you're very weird. If you just let people do whatever they feel like doing with you, like, you are very weird. But my thing is that I be thinking, what if this was your granddad? Your granddad, he went to your grandma's car, and then he's getting on his bike. He's about to come home. What if this was your granddad and he's just minding his business and police just come handle your granddad like this? For y'all that say, well, he must have did something. Because we definitely going to go through these comments. I'm guaranteeing there's some negative ones. I don't know. Who knows? Because body cams, you never really know. It's always both sides. But for the people who think that, well, he just should have complied. Just listen. Just do what you're supposed to do. Do what you're told, boy. You know how that be. Just do what you're told, boy. For those kind of people, right? What if this was your parent? You see what I'm saying? Or what if this was you? How would you feel? You minding your business and you just like, yo, I ain't do nothing wrong. And now the cops is like, yo, you're under arrest. And then you just like, for what? And then they just start grabbing you, throwing you on the ground and tasing you. Like, this is the thing. Stuff like this, granted, you could be a law-abiding citizen your whole life, and all it takes is this one incident for you to just not like cops. I don't like cops. I told y'all in the previous video, my first run-in with the police. Was it my first? Yeah, my first run-in with the police when I caught a gun charge. Actually, I had a run-in with the police way earlier in life, but I was probably like 10 or something like that. It wasn't nothing major. But as an adult, my first time I had a run-in with the police, and I caught a gun charge. I'm not gonna tell the whole story. It's in one of them old videos. I forget which one it is. It's in one of them other videos. But I got a gun charge because a cop lied on me, and then the judge just went along with it. It's like, I don't believe that the officer will put his job on the line and lie, so I side with the officer. You're guilty. So I don't like cops. Like, it just is what it is. All it takes is one wrong incident for you to just hate cops. You could have been the one always call the cops. Like, yeah, I'm a cop caller. I'm calling the cops. Anything goes wrong, I'm calling. See something, say something. See something, say something. But a situation like this, it's like, man, fuck the police.
All because he went to his own car. Real quick, you see this right here? This is the Plod Note Pen S. Honestly, as a question, always when the adrenaline was pumping. But what actually happened? That is why I tell people all the time, document everything. If you get pulled over and you're being questioned by the police, and it's legal and safe to record where you're at, protect yourself by preserving the details. The problem is most people do not. They forget, they panic, they fumble their phone, or their phone's in their pocket and the audio sounds terrible. That's why I use Plod. The Note Pen S clips right on, has dual microphones with noise cancellation, and records clear audio without
just
me having
audio.
to
You
hold
need
my phone
video
or
too,
interrupt
though.
the moment. It records, transcribes, and summarizes everything automatically using AI. When I'm done, done, it gives me an AI-powered transcript with speaker labels so I can see who said what. But my favorite part is that it doesn't just give me a messy transcript. You can choose different AI templates depending on the situation. So whether it's a client meeting, sales call, strategy session, police interaction, or conversation you need to remember, it turns it into organized notes that actually make recordings with one that helps you capture
with this, ain't
and
you?
plot. Mark Domino physically resist when the officer reached
He
for
was
him?
dragging that.
Technically, you could say yes, because here's the problem. When an officer already decides he thinks you're guilty, like he did Mr. Domino, as soon as he goes to reach for someone, what's the natural response of an innocent person? An innocent person's gonna go, wait a minute, what are we doing here? And even pulling back just a little bit is going to immediately escalate the situation and give the officer all the justification he needs to now throw you on the ground and do exactly what he did here to Mr. Domino. But here's what that de-escalation research that all these cops are required to take, here's what it tells us about this. There are many levels of control outside of physical control. And while a lack of control can sometimes lead to an officer getting hurt, over-controlling a situation, whether it was intentional or not, can now create hostility and now actually create the problem the officer claimed they were trying to avoid. That's not my opinion. That's straight from the California Post de-escalation manual. Officer
You go back and see what that says.
claimed they were trying to avoid. That's not my opinion. That's straight from the California Post.
Lack of control can get an officer hurt, and over control, especially when not needed or justified, can cause hostility or draw a complaint. Of course he's going to complain. That's why he got $5 million.
De-escalation manual. Officer Lures created the hostility. He created the resistance. Every escalation in this encounter goes back to one decision this cop made. He's demanding compliance rather than taking 30 seconds to explain the situation.
Are you Jody?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have your ID with you?
I do. I'm over here.
Okay. Is that the male that you
Yeah.
saw? Okay. So you saw one male walking from all the way over there,
Clear over to here.
and that's the male that we talked to.
Yeah, I watched him. He
Okay.
got into 3 doors of that car, and then he just walked
Okay.
away and came clear over here. So I
Okay.
thought, well, that's not right.
Male
That's
that
not
came with his
right.
bike,
That's not right. He went to his wife's car on the other side of the parking lot because she parked on one side. He walked to his motorcycle on the other side of the parking lot. That's not right. That's not right. You don't park on completely opposite sides of the store. No, you don't do. That's not right. That's not humanly possible. You just cannot do that. It is humanly impossible. It is no way a car can be parked over there and another car be parked over there and you walk from that one to this one. Nah, that isn't right. No, that's not. You have to park right next to her. Y'all work together. Y'all are married. You park together. If not, no. Someone has to go to jail because of that. You park too far. Oh my God. See, and y'all wonder why we call these people Karens. And just the fact that he black. So is it because he was black and he walked across? So if this guy right here, if he did it, would it be the same thing? You think she would have called if it was him? Please leave that in the comments. If it was him, this little white dude right here, he looked like an off-duty detective. If you think that she would call on him, please let me know down in the comments. If he walked across the parking lot from a car to his motorcycle, do you think she would have called on him? I don't think so. I don't think she would have paid this dude no mind. But because a black guy did it. And how long was she in the parking lot to notice a black dude in a car? And why is she watching him in the parking lot fiddle with a car and then walk across the parking lot? Why is she staring at this man like, why ain't she minding her business? Why ain't she going in there, getting her apples and her sunflowers, not the seeds, the actual sunflowers that be in the front in the water, grabbing her sunflowers and her fragrances and her potpourri and her mothballs, and then going back to the car and leaving and going home? Like, why is she worrying about what this dude doing?
Everything that he did, he's an employee. We've got a witness that saw him going into cars.
Whoa, did you catch that? He's an employee. They already know. And the car, it's registered to him. And his wife, who also works at Walmart, drives that car. The whole suspicious vehicle prowl was a man who owns his own car, going to his own car in a parking lot where he's employed. And here's the kicker. The witness who called it in, Jody Burnell, she never said he actually stole anything. In fact, she specifically said, I couldn't tell if he grabbed anything. And then she claims he only looked in one car. Of course he did. The one car
So
was
she
his
watched
car.
him in
Just
the
imagine
store
for a
as
moment
well?
If Officer Lewis had actually done his job and walked over, looked at the car, ran the plate, and taken a moment to ask Mark Domino a question. Is this your car? If he had asked that one question, none of this would have happened. No taser, no arrest, no report, and no lawsuit. But he didn't ask. And now watch what happens when Officer Lewis starts talking to the other cop about what happened. Because now is when the body cam catches him lying.
No, and then he started, like, he just super agitated, super. I don't have to tell you my name. I'm like, listen, man, so right now you're being detained, and he got all jacked up, and so I'm like, okay, turn around and put your hands behind your back. I'm going to detain you. No. And then once Rabbit got here, he reached into his pocket real fast, and we went hands on at that point and sort of danced around with him because he's a big dude like this for a while. And then finally he wrapped his arm around me, and I had my taser out already.
Now stop right there. Did you hear what he just said? He just wouldn't talk to me. He was super agitated. He was all jacked
He
up.
kept
But
asking,
let me
what
show
did he
you
do?
What actually happened side by side because the body camera recorded every word of it.
No, and then he started like he just. Is this your bike? It's your bike? You got ID on you?
Why do you need my ID?
Because somebody saw you looking at cars, so I'm here just checking and see what's going on. You got ID on you?
Yeah, I do, but did I do anything?
Yeah, I'm figuring that out right now. Super agitated, super. I don't have to tell you my name. I'm like,
And
listen,
he's
man,
calm and
so right now you're
everything.
being detained.
Yeah, I do, but did I do anything?
Yeah, I'm figuring that out right now. I'll take a look at your ID though.
You don't need my ID unless I did something.
Okay.
Unless you're taking me in for something like
Turn around,
that.
put your hands behind your back right now.
For
Now.
For what?
And he got all
You don't
jacked
need
up,
my
and so I'm
ID
like, okay, turn
unless
around,
I
put
did
your hands
something.
behind your back.
Turn around, put your hands behind your back.
No, and then
Do you know I work here?
turn around and put your hands behind your back.
Do you know I work here? This is my bike.
Okay.
So what did I do for you to approach me?
You see, there's a vast difference between what Officer Lewis told his fellow cop and what the body camera actually recorded. And this is not a matter of misinterpretation or him misremembering. He described a combative, uncooperative suspect, but the camera shows a
Of course,
confused
that's how you
man
gotta sell it.
merely asking what he did wrong.
What did the police
And
call
other
that?
officer, listen to what he's
CYA. They call that CYA. Cover your ass. Like even when they draw up the paperwork and all that, they call it CYA. You have to say what you need. You technically have to say exactly what you need to say, so your lie is bigger than the actual situation. You see what I'm saying? Like you said, he was combative. He reached in his pocket and you grabbed him, and then he grabbed you and all this other stuff, and he didn't want to talk. You have to say that to kind of imply this is the reason why we had to go to force. But you have a body camera. I don't know if they be forgetting. It's a body camera right there recording the whole situation. None of this happened. So that whole CYA, it goes out the window because now you're going to have a interrogation with internal affairs to explain why you said this, why you did this, but why we have this on body camera. You said this. You did these actions. This camera shows this. Why did you do this? But why did you say this? Like, cops are just retarded, man.
says.
All he had to do was talk.
He did talk. He asked you why was he being arrested.
Could have been done in 2 seconds.
The other officer is blaming Mr. Domino for not resolving the situation. But Mr. Domino didn't know the situation. He was never told there was a report about a car. He was only asked for his ID, and when he asked why, he was told to put his hands behind his back. You can't blame a man for not explaining something he was never asked to explain. And the cops certainly can't claim he was uncooperative when they never gave him a chance to cooperate. So what happened here? Mark Domino was arrested that night and charged with resisting arrest and obstructing law enforcement. He was released a few hours later, and Clarkston Police Chief Joel Hastings announced there would be an internal use of force investigation. And then something happened I've got to give Mark Domino tremendous credit for. Mr. Domino went into court, knew that he was right about this situation, and refused to accept a plea deal that the prosecution offered him to try to make this go away. In fact, the prosecution said if he would just stay out of trouble for 3 months, all the charges would get dropped, but it did require him to say he had done something wrong.
Nope.
He rejected that deal and then filed a $5 million tort claim against the city. And he told the Lewiston Tribune something that I really want you to hear. He said he has no intentions of making this about money. He simply wants an apology and an acknowledgement that the cops handled this wrong. Now, ultimately,
we're gonna
all
get
the
money
charges
too.
against Mr. Domino were dismissed because the prosecutor knew they didn't have a case here. And he ultimately, and this is the part that I feel bad for him, he settled the case for $25,000. Why? Because according to Mark Domino, this was never about getting paid. It was about being heard. And it was about Mr. Domino standing in that parking lot, saying what he said to Officer Lewis and wanting the rest of the world to know, what exactly did I do? All right, but here's the verdict we've got to come to. Was this lawful or awful? Let's start with Officer Lewis. He failed to tell Mark Domino why he's being contacted. He
You
failed to
hurt
employ
my
any measure of
heart.
de-escalation. He failed to
You
check whether the
hurt
car
my
belonged to the man he was confronting.
25
and he escalated
grand.
from hello to hands behind your back in 32 seconds. And then, while the body camera was still recording, he misrepresented the entire counter to his fellow officer. Officer Lewis, awful. But what
Hey, yo, he just disappointed me. I don't even want to watch no more, to be honest with you. He settled for $25,000. He probably went through that money within that year. $25,000, and that's what he works at Walmart. So I'm not sure what he does, but you probably make 15 more grand than that in an entire year. And that's all you settled for. Oh my goodness, man. Hopefully he used that as a down payment on a house or something. And he went conventional. You know what I mean? Like, come on, man. Come on, man. He just disrespected me by settling for 25 grand, man. Man, let's just get through this. Which agitated me.
What about Mark Domino? He tried to explain himself. He told the officer he worked there. He asked what he was being accused of. He represented himself in court with no legal training, and he rejected a plea deal because
Man, somebody should rob this nigga, man. Somebody should rob this nigga that 25. The hell you settling for 20? Man, you supposed. Oh my god. He don't deserve the 25 now. He don't deserve it now. Nah, he don't deserve it. He don't deserve it. Nah, he pulled the EZ. We can settle out of court right now for 20. Man, come on, man. What the hell wrong with this nigga? Man. Oh my god. Yo, he just disrespected all black people. All black people, we just got disrespected. He did it. This guy right here, he did it. Him right there. Sitting at the little bench by himself. He did it. Him. Man. Should knock all this goddamn shit.
he knew he was right. He filed a $5 million lawsuit and only settled it for $25,000 because it was never about the money. He wanted the apology and a commitment this would never happen again. Mark Domino, lawful. But with a warning, the one mistake he did make is he fell for the trap that when an officer goes to grab for you, even when you're innocent, he's counting on you to pull back so he can claim you resisted. The only mistake I saw that he made is he fell into that trap that allowed the officer to now physically abuse him right there in that.
That made the lawsuit, though.
You've got to record everything. Never count on the body cam of that cop actually working. Because one officer who's in a situation that's already made up his mind may turn around and tell his fellow cop a completely different version of the events, and now it's your word versus theirs. But speaking of corrupt cops, if you think Officer Luris is bad, check out this next video where we break down the traffic stop that
Man, I seen this guy. This guy, he is in that next video. Yeah, he's a. You just seen movies about guys like him. He's the cop that'll just jump out the car and just start beating on you. Yeah, it's a bunch of videos on him. I think he done got bounced around from department to department to department. I think they're in Michigan, if I'm not mistaken. Like, he done did a lot. Like, people sitting there handcuffed. He's grabbing people's hair, banging it up against the car, like all of that. Other officers looking at him like, God damn, nigga, what the hell? Like, and he just don't care. And the city be backing him. Like, the lieutenants be backing him and all that. I done seen a couple videos about him. We might watch something about him, but who knows? But yeah, man, let me know what y'all think. What y'all had settled if you sued initially for $5 million and you knew you was in the right? Cop was dead wrong. Are you settling for 25? Matter of fact, what's that nigga name, man? I know you're gonna give us his name. We gotta find his name. We gotta look this dude up, man. You might have to go back. We gotta get his name. Let's go to some comments. See what the comments talking about. Okay, 3,300 comments. You will obey me. Power triple S. In qualified immunity. Lying on camera. Yeah, like you lied in the report. Like, I'm pretty sure he wrote exactly what his side was in the report, which the camera showed differently. Like, how? But they said they were going to do an internal investigation. I want to look up the officer as well. Victim, like the aggressor. The cop need to be put in jail. Oath breaker, $5 million, sued him for $50 million, but he settled for 25. Like, come on, man. Earning a hate, violation at a time. Yeah, firing is not enough. Did he get fired? What a horrible police officer. Why is it low? Yo, this one loading, man. Slow. Demand ID, escalate, resort to violence, the cop, trifecta. Yeah, man. We gotta. What's this cop name, man? Does he say it somewhere in the description? No, he kind of just gives a vague and broad description. I think the name was Officer Lore. Yeah, I think his name was Officer Lore. see if we can see something. Marks of there, violence. The incident and aftermath. That's what I want to see, the aftermath. He settled for 25. Like, why did you? Come on, man. Like, that is disappointing. Settling for 25 is disappointing, man. All right, we know what happened. Solid case. Saying his refusal to obey police, yada, yada, yada. We know that. It's given a conclusion on Mark Domino. I want to know what happened with the officer. Mark Domino's experience is a poignant reminder of the dangers black people face in America, the justice system's inclination to target and criminalize black individuals. Yeah, but come on, man. You're not saying what happened to the officer. Hold on, where's the officer's name? He is full. We're going to look at. Okay, we got Mark. Could they not use the officer's name for like legal purposes or something? Because they thought it would defame him or something? Because I'm not seeing the officer's name. See, things like this. See, when you see things like this, Philando Castile did nothing wrong, yet he lost his life to police violence. David, Rakia. It's like, who called on these people? In situations like this, who called? Nothing happened. Where did the call come from? It's not showing the cop's name. And that's a legal website, so they probably can't. I mean, it was a law website, so they know what's going on. No, that's probably not it. Wait. Two disturbing pass. Fire, I want his full name. Officer Lore. I know he didn't get sued. We should find something. Mark Domino. Are they gonna give us anything that we can actually use? See what's going on Reddit. And they deleted it. Reddit, where all you get all the fuck shit. You get all the fuck shit on Reddit, y'all. This is regular comments. This is a fact. He deserves, like, the man worked at the same store as his wife. He deserves that cash. Y'all both work at Walmart. Somebody ain't about the money. No, you needed the money. You definitely should have kept that. Should have kept that lawsuit on the table for that 5 M's. Settle for 25,000. You might as well just sold drugs, nigga. What the hell? We don't condone selling drugs. YouTube, we don't condone selling drugs. All right, this is another one. It's a different video. We're not gonna watch that. I'm trying to. Where did the hell's it at? All right.
No, you asked me for my ID. Right. I don't have to give.
We know that. We know that. That was a First Amendment joint. It's the original video. See if we can get his name. I just want the officer's name. It's about Mark Domino. Is this by him himself? Did he post this? This Mark Domino's channel. Did he post this himself? I think he posted this himself. Hold on. Let me see if they give his name in the beginning over here.
Behind your back. Now.
For what?
32 seconds. That's how long it took this officer to go from, how's it going, man, to turn around, put your hands behind your back. This man just got off work. He's standing next to his own motorcycle in the parking lot of his own workplace. And now he's about to be assaulted multiple times by a cop because a stranger in a parking lot thought he looked suspicious. I'm going to break down exactly what happened here. And I'm going to show the exact moment on this body camera where this police officer lies to another cop about what happened and didn't realize that it was being recorded. And in the end, I'm going to give you the verdict. Is what these
Does it
cops
say
did
police
lawful
officer?
or was it awful?
How's it going, man? Officer Lawrence, Clarkson, please.
All right, I'm gonna just type in Clarkston Police. See what pops up. Officer Lores. If I'm not mistaken, he had an S at the end of the joint. All right, so what happened to him though? It's not saying what's happening to the officer. Like, did he go on desk duty? Did he go on leave? What did internal affairs say? Oh, they got to open it, y'all. They got to open it. If y'all down in Clarkston, Georgia, y'all can take Officer Lurie's job. It's open. Yeah, it's open, y'all. I think this is what we're looking for, right? Internal investigation clears Clarkson officers and Walmart arrest. Yo, I'm not paying for this book. The Lewiston Tribune. What the fuck even is this? They got the information I need, so I'm not about to pay these niggas $2 to read some. Man, that shit somewhere in here. We're gonna find it. We ain't gonna find it. I don't care that much. Man, like, comment, subscribe. You know what I mean? Like, share the video. Follow me on Instagram, @StreetCostello. Listen to the album, Shaded Strangers. It's available on all digital platforms. We out of here.